You're listening to Daily Sip with Marcel, giving you morning moments of insight, laughter, and a little something to stir the soul.
Yeah. Welcome back to Daily Sip with Marcel, where we dive into the news that matters most, usually over a lukewarm cup of coffee that costs too much. It's November 10th, 2025, and today we're tackling a crisis that strikes at the very heart of the American dinner plate. Beef prices, my friends. Yes, I haven't been this distraught since I tried to make a Whopper or a Big Mac at home, and I realized I needed a magnifying glass to find the protein. I'm asking the question that has echoed through the ages since 1984, the question that haunts my dreams of grilling. I'm asking, where's the beef? Now, if you drive to a certain establishment, and I won't name names, but they start with a W and end with an NDs, you supposedly get more beef in a single patty than in the Big Mac or Whopper, and you supposedly never have to ask, where's the beef? But here in the real-world grocery aisle, the beef has apparently checked into a 5-star hotel and left us with the bill. The unfortunate reality is that beef prices have soared to record levels. And while part of this is due to market factors like smallest U.S. herd size in decades, perhaps caused by drought and years of low prices, there are whispers, or perhaps booming social media posts, of something far more insidious afoot. Listen up, my friends, because this is where you come in. We need you to spread this information like it's the recipe for the perfect marinade. The heat on high beef prices has been turned up in the political arena, leading to a bipartisan beef battle. President Trump recently accused foreign-owned meat packers of intentionally driving up beef prices in the U.S. He specifically called upon the Department of Justice to immediately investigate these companies for alleged illicit collusion, price fixing, and price manipulation. Now, my friends, why does this matter to you? The person trying to afford tacos on Tuesday? Because President Trump argues that these majority foreign-owned packers are artificially inflating prices and critically jeopardizing the security of our nation's food supply. This isn't just a political spat. It's a concern about monopoly meat. 4 major meat packing companies dominate the beef market in the United States. For example, JBS, which is based in Brazil, is the largest U.S. beef producer. In Brazil, my friends, and get this, JBS has history here. Back in 2022, they settled for $52.5 million with grocery stores and wholesalers because they accuse JBS, Tyson Foods, and others of working together to suppress the number of cattle being slaughtered, thereby driving up beef prices. Of course, JBS did not admit wrongdoing in that settlement, by the way. Take a deep breath. Can you smell that? That deep, earthy scent of the forest floor, the clean air filtering through the canopy. We all feel that connection when we step afuera, outside, into our world. And if you're heading out to hike, trail run, or just finding some peace among the trees, your morning fuel should respect that environment. That's why we're talking about Afwerra Coffee. Afwerra Coffee is built on a philosophy that your everyday choices, like choosing your brew, can make a substantial difference in the health and cleanliness of our world. They don't just talk the talk. Afwerra is laser focused on sustainability. They source their amazing beans from certified Rainforest Alliance farms, ensuring the ecosystems where the coffee grows are protected and thriving. And they embrace the leave no trace philosophy completely. Their coffee bags, mailers, and even their stickers are all compostable. So when you pack out your trash, you know Afwerra's packaging won't be haunting the forest floor. But here's the most important part for those who love the wild. Afwerra donates a portion of its sales, straight off the top, not just profits, to protecting Mother Nature. Every cup helps keep the forest healthy and clean. Are you ready to fuel your next forest adventure responsibly? Follow the path to the show notes right now and head to afwerracoffee.com. When you check out, use code SIPPER, that's SIPPER, S-I-P-P-E-R, and get 15% off your entire order. That's afwerracoffee.com, code SIPPER for 15% off. Grab the coffee that helps preserve the world you love to escape to. So this is the core of our conversation today. We need prices to reflect fairness, not alleged manipulation. President Trump explicitly stated that we must always protect our American ranchers. These hardworking folks are apparently being blamed for the price chaos caused by these large, foreign-owned meat packers. By sharing this information, by talking about this investigation, about the history of alleged price fixing, and about the sheer dominance of a few companies, we are helping to apply pressure. You are saying, my family deserves affordable, American-raised beef. When we demand fair pricing and transparency, we stand up for our domestic cattle ranchers who are caught in the middle. We need competition so that our grocery bills go down and so that our American farmers and ranchers get a fair shake. Look, even the opposition has focused on this issue. Former President Biden talked about initiatives to reduce food prices by increasing competition in the meat industry. And Vice President Harris vowed to crack down on price gouging by producers and major supermarkets. This is not red meat or blue meat. This is expensive meat, and we all agree it needs to stop. All right, let's pivot from outrage to execution. How do you, my friends, manage your grocery bill while the price of a prime cut feels like buying a new car tire? While I can't look at the source material and tell you exactly where to find a cheaper flank steak, I can tell you that the lifestyle sections often feature food and recipes. The key to saving money is often better planning and preparation. Here are just a few ideas inspired by those who dedicate themselves to the culinary lifestyle. Okay, listen to this. Prioritize meat planning. One source told me a new cookbook offers a better plan, especially since eating the wrong foods can keep you up at night. Well, my friends, eating the wrong amount of food or the food that costs too much can also keep you up. Plan your meals around what's on sale. If chicken is cheap, guess what? It's a chicken week. All right. Buy in bulk and freeze. If you can catch a good price on beef, maybe a cheaper cut that requires slow cooking, or perhaps ground beef, buy enough to freeze. A butcher cutting single portions of bone-in steak is a lovely sight, but sometimes buying larger packages of cuts and processing them yourself is the way to maximize savings. And another thing, explore other proteins. If the price manipulation fight is ongoing, temporarily focus your family's savings efforts elsewhere. Listen, my friends, you can look at lifestyle sections dedicated to food recipes, which there are plenty of options outside of beef to satisfy your appetite. So let's fight for fair prices, protect our ranchers, and demand justice in the meat aisle. Let's share this message. Let's make some noise, because if we don't, we might all end up driving to Wendy's just to prove that somebody knows where the beef is. That's all the time we have for the Daily Sip with Marcel. Go forth, be informed, and check your hamburger patties for air pockets. And thank you for starting your week with me. If today's sip gave you something to think about, smile about, or share, pass it on. Be sure to follow the show so we can keep sipping together. Until next time, I'm Marcel. Stay grounded, stay grateful, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for letting me be part of your day. And until next time, keep noticing what makes life taste a little better. And if you're loving this, don't just sip in silence. Follow us, hit the subscribe button, and pour this into someone else's cup. Share it, spread it. Let's wake the world up together, one daily sip at a time.